What's going on, traders? Today is Wednesday, February 26, 2025, and I'm going to be doing a recap on a couple trades I took this morning. Only traded two tickers, MULN and ENVB. Both were gapping up this morning pre-market. Roughly, ENVP I believe was up greater than 100% pre-market. And MULN was starting to do its thing just before the market opened. I want to say 9:15. I think it started to really move. Let's see here. Yeah, about 9 o'clock, some news came out, and it started to rip up pre-market. So yeah, the first looking at this MULN, this was the first ticker I traded this morning. Traded it 2 times, as you see down here. First attempt was 500 shares through the break of the low, and second attempt I reduced my size because I did not like how it was moving, and I saw spreads were starting to open up, but I didn't feel like it had no business being up. I think it was I think it was up like 60 or 70% if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find it over here. No, excuse me. It was up over 100% too. So yeah, it was. They had some type of news. Yeah, some type of news that came out. It wasn't nothing. Nothing of really some significance. And so I was looking to short. I was looking to short MULN this morning, and my first trade here was, if I zoom in the charts here a little bit, got the 1 minute chart pulled up, and I did not shut off my platform today, so I do have the little triangle thingies, my entries and exits, to better illustrate the trades that I took. So yeah, right here I was looking. Take this one off. Yeah, around 4:58, I was looking right below the low, the morning's low. You had the first 1 minute candle, and then it just was in this range up until around 9:45, and I thought this thing would flush really, but I guess I was shorting it right in front of 450, which probably wasn't the best idea. But I didn't see no bids down there, and all I saw was red on the level 2, big orders selling in, and it came right, and it got me in right at the low here, and then it came up, and yeah, granted I could have had a stop way up here, but that's not how I trade, and I was in 500 shares, so that would be way above my my risk limit. So yeah, anyways, I shorted here looking for a flush, possibly down to $4, 500 shares, didn't get it, quickly jumped out, same candle. So it was a really quick trade. That trade cost me, I think it was $67. So I think with commissions it was about a $70 loss. Just waiting, and I don't know why there was some other, there was this SYTA that was also moving this morning, but it was up pre-market. I wouldn't necessarily say it was moving. There wasn't really no volume, and the spreads were really kind of large on it. And then the second trade that I took on MULN was MULN was right under. No, that's when I got out. Excuse me. 470. So it started to push down, and I only took 100 shares. Really reduced risk there. Got in as it was moving down. Again, looking for a nice little flush down to $4. 100 shares. Just really trying to make my loss back, and yeah, you had this 1 minute candle came down, and then it just came back up. So I closed it off right there as I started seeing the green candle form. Now granted, yeah, I mean I could have had a stop up above 532 here. That would have been a nice little level for a stop. 100 shares, that you know, risking about, I don't know, 50 bucks, 60 bucks maybe on that trade. That would have been, you know, a nice little 1-to-1. But I usually like to, you know, trade the flushes. So and then unfortunately it did end up moving down, and it, you know, surpassed that $4. And at this time I wasn't really, you know, after seeing these two wicks, you know, making new lows, um, overall my bias was, you know, I was short biased, so I was looking for sells. I wasn't looking for anything buying unless if we got above, you know, above the morning high, which was 568. So yeah, I mean, my bias was correct, but I would say my entries were really off on this, and I did today. I could have probably, I felt like I could have performed a lot better. Having some issues with this account, and which I explained to you guys in my last video, and I'm still talking to, you know, to support about it when I scaled from the 22,000 account up to the $24,000 account. Some of my profits that I had in my $22,000 account, I don't know where I don't know where they're at. They're missing it. I mean, it's only like 160 bucks or something like that, but you know, I mean, you know, $160 on these, you know, on these small 20,000, you know, dollar accounts. That's, you know, that's something there. And so, but anyways, I explained a little bit more of that at the end of the video. But ENVB, this was another stock that was gapping up. This was actually gapping up about 150% this morning, right, pre-market. And yeah, this one actually opened up. This is up here, the top chart here. See if I, yeah. So yeah, this actually opened up, blew past pre-market highs, which was around 360. See, yeah, about 355 was about pre-market highs. Blew past, halted, you know, opened up. And then here was a trade that I was looking at. If I show VWAP here, the VWAP without the pre-market data shows VWAP right around 380, and it was holding VWAP. Looked like it was gonna, you know, when you see these holes like this, you know, it kind of looked like it wanted to go back and you know, start going up again. But yeah, what I was actually looking for was a flush below 380. I did not stick a sell stop order in there. At this time, I think this was the same time I was looking at MULN, so I wasn't really paying any attention. And I did see a buyer on the bid somewhere below 380. I want to say it was like I think it was right here about 377, 378. So like a penny or two below 380. You know, I saw a bid there. And you know, as you guys know from my last video, that's a setup I really love, when you see a held bid at the price, and then that bid steps away and the price just flushes, and that's pretty much what we got here. So yeah, this was, you know, kind of upsetting. It's not an ideal A+ setup, because you know, price made its move higher, right? Price made its move higher, so it looked, you know, holding this, and you had VWAP right there. So yeah, if you flush VWAP, that would have been great, but which it did. But you know, it could have just as well held, and what it could have done is that bid could have stepped down, it come down, I would have got triggered in, and it could have went up and then started making, you know, pretty much you know, trapped all the shorts, or trapped all the longs. Pretty much everybody that was getting long in here had to spike down. Everybody starts selling out after all the, you know, weak longs are gone, and you know, price moves up, you know. So that, you know, being that it made its run and it halted higher, you know, it halted and then moved higher and then came back, consolidated a little, that, you know, it could have just as well went up, but it did flush. And then here I was kind of upset, because I was paying attention to this. You had like, I want to say like 40,000 shares on the offer right here at about actually I think it was right at this price, 348. So $3.48. you had a large seller right here, and it came up. It started filling them, came down, and this would have been a real good trade. Now at this time I was actually negative. That's why I didn't take the trade. If I'm up on the day, I'll usually take these trades because I feel like they usually work out. They're real good trades as far as risk reward standpoint. But I feel like they probably got like a 40-60 shot at really working out, because a lot of times they'll break up and then they'll start going upwards. That offer gets, especially since we're trading above the morning low. So really you're trading under VWAP. That's a bearish sign, but still you're above the morning low. So yeah, but anyways, big offer there. I did not take that trade just because I was negative for the day. I think I was down on these two MULN trades. I was down $97, $98. And so I didn't take that trade. And then what I did is I had a sell stop order here below the morning low. This one actually worked out, but I kind of got spooked out. I think I saw thought I saw some buyers stepping up in here. So yeah, I just ended up taking off at 10 cents. But this was another where I saw a buyer right here at around 320, just above 320, and you had two 1 minute candles hold 320 right there, and that would have been a great flush area for pretty much a nice little 1 minute flush, and that's what we got there. And I actually got triggered in really, and I took it off because that's a big move. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the 5 minute over here, it's a nice little. You had this one big 5 minute flush, second one, big 5 minute flush, and I sold down here, which is right here, and just because of the length of the candle. I mean, you can't anticipate this thing to just go down like $1 or $2 or something like that. You gotta take your money when you get it. And that trade I actually had 1,500 shares on, so that was a nice $172 trade. Just that little bit. I think I had about $60 risk on the trade, and I was just risking right above $3. And that's another real reason I like this trade. This trade I really like because it was right at $3. So you had the morning low here. The first 1 minute candle was like, the low of that candle was like right at $3. Yeah, $2.99. Actually, I think that is $3. If I take away the, yeah, well, I'm not gonna. My mouse is not. Let me see here. I can't grab it. But anyways, you see with $3 right there. Yeah, it flushed right through $3. So I like that trade. And then here was another one. Zoom in a little bit here. Shorted right below these candles here. And on the, what was I looking here on the yeah, I don't get no good 5 minute candle. So yeah, I just I reduced size on that one, only 1,000 shares. So I just took 1,000 shares, and most of these trades I'm looking at the prior bars lows and trying to get on these 1 minute candles, trying to get a couple 1 minute candle lows to line up, and I'm also using the level 2 to watch to see if there's large bids at that same price. So that's essentially what happened here. You had large bids here, and I said if that 76 cent level gave away, we're gonna flush right back down to the low, and that's essentially what happened. So sell stop here triggered me in, came right back down to the low. I tried to hold this trade a little bit to see if it would move down, but as this candle closed, this candle started showing, came down a little bit, started showing some green. I just I closed out. And yeah, that was that trade. So that trade was $125. So on ENVB, I made $285, so $285 on ENVB, and then on MULN I'm down 197.50 with a total P&L today of 187.50. So, you know, all in all, there was you know, it's okay. Wasn't the best, like I said. I missed an opportunity here. That would have been a good opportunity. I could have, you know, had, you know, 1,000, maybe 800 shares or something, because, you know, I don't consider that really an A+ setup for me, for my trading. I missed an opportunity. Didn't really miss. I saw this opportunity here. I just didn't take it. And like I explained to you guys, I was already down, and I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to find a, you know, when I'm down for the day, or if I'm down on my first couple of trades, I try to look for the, you know, the ideal setup to try to at least, you know, bring my account back positive, or bring my daily P&L positive for the day. And then where I could take on, you know, larger risks. But yeah, I didn't take that one. And this one, I don't know. I know I saw this one here, and I just was iffy about it, and I just wanted to break through the low, that $3, and that's where I took that one, and made my loss back, and then made some here, and then, you know, ended up being positive. This was another good trade. Just walking through this chart, because this chart gave you a lot of opportunities here. This ENVB. So this chart actually gives you some pretty good opportunities. Came down, hit this low, and then came right up to $3, and you saw these wicks right above $3. And if you're really looking at it and watching the level 2, there was a big seller up here at just above $3. And yeah, so that, I mean, that would have been, you know, I was actually looking possibly to trade this. If I look at this candle here, maybe a sell stop here or a sell stop here. But I wasn't up much for the day, and that's not the highest quality setup in my playbook. But, you know, it was something where you could take on some risk, right? It was an area where you could, you know, large seller up here, some topping wicks right at $3, sell stop here, trigger you in. You know, you could have got you a nice little 25 cents on the trade, right back down to its low. I mean, you even see it came back up here. I mean, this is going on 11 o'clock, and, you know, I don't try not to trade, you know, 11, you know, after 11 really. But just, yeah, it gave this chart here, it gave you a lot of opportunities. Gave you a lot of opportunities, and it did end up breaking the low, 260, you know, and going down. And, you know, I'm putting some volume in right now, it looks like, but, you know, nothing really here at this time. And then MULN, once MULN gave that low away, it went down. I mean, it was $1, nice little 1,000 shares. That's $1,000 on MULN. If, you know, like I said, I didn't do anything else with it because I didn't like these wicks at the low. I mean, you broke the low, and then you came right back up. You know, you got down towards the low, and this was a real trade here. But after these two losses, and moving over here to this ENVB, I just didn't mess with the MULN. And we got this SYTA that I was looking at this morning. This was I guess this was gapping up about 90% in the morning. This was on the gap list too. So yeah, there wasn't really too much volume here. Can I pull it? Can I see what the volume was? No, not on this chart. But so yeah, this was a nice trade, but I mean, you guys could see just on the volume, there wasn't really no volume. So yeah, I just stayed away from it. Didn't trade it. So yeah, those were the only two tickers I traded today. So yeah, overall it was an okay day. That's it for now, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Hope you guys maybe learned a thing or two, or kind of seeing how I'm trading these accounts, and maybe you could take it and maybe, maybe learn from it, or maybe apply it to your own trading. And yeah, you guys got any questions, just drop them down in the comments. I appreciate your time.